So, alright, we're in the champion select screen now, and here we go. So, first band coming out from Gunn High School, who are going to be on your blue side this time. Palo Alto going to be on your purple or red side. I use colorblind mode, so it's going to be red in-game. It's going to tell you purple in the champ select screen. So, a couple seconds remaining here. And are we going to get a ban or no? Or are we going to have a see a crash? No, Twisted Fate going to be banned out here. Gunn High School did ban that out last time, so no change so far. Swain being banned out by Palo Alto. That is directed directly at not unlocked. No, is it unlocked? I'm not sure. But being directed at the mid laner for Gunn High School. And so I would expect to see a Diana ban coming out here pretty soon. Oh boy, hold on. Oh, looks like I'm being corrected. Cool guy, Pat 2, the mid laner. Oh, good. Gotcha. So yeah, cool guy, Pat 2 is the mid laner these bans are getting thrown at. Oh, looks like we may have seen a bit of an issue because I'm not showing a second ban, and I'm not sure why. But the bans we can't see right now are Twisted Fate, Swain, and Thresh. And the last ban for Gunn High School coming down here. We may have had some more no, at least getting banned out. It may have just been a client bug on my part, and I may be missing that ban. Not sure. But Diana getting banned out, so same bans, pretty much the same bans across the board. Nothing really too interesting to talk about, since they are pretty much the same bans as the first game. So now with the first pick, it'll be interesting to see what Gunn High School takes here, whether they look to take away something that Palo Alto used last game, or if they think they just ran that, they ran their comp that like they wanted to and just didn't press their mid-game advantage as fast as they would have liked. So Silencer 7 sitting on this pick, waiting for quite a while. Sitting and looks like he's gonna pick out that Orianna, which was one of the champs. Nope. I take that back. Almost trolled me. Gonna pick up an Udyr in the jungle. An interesting choice. Very different from the Zac pickup that was last game. This active game not found thing keeps annoying me. Client errors. Very different from the Zac. More of just a pure tank. A bit more damage than Zac can deal. But certainly a different playstyle. Right now, Lazar64 sitting on Mundo. Actually going to change that into Lulu. Oh, good lord. Could change that into Lulu, and looks like Zac is going to be locked in for locked yet again. And yeah, they're going to take that Zac Lulu combination. So interesting choice. They're not going to tip their hand too early, whether they want to run a very similar comp. Oh, good lord, client error, stop it. On the other side, Nami is going to get picked up. So taking away that Nami that was that did so well with the Ezreal last game on Palo Alto. So they're starting to take away champs. So Tristana actually going to be sat on, and now it's going to switch to MF, but Balfi looking to pick up the AD carry here. I would be actually surprised to see MF. She's fallen out of competitive play almost entirely just due to the limited damage, like the front end damage and the early game nature that MF has. Late game she just turns into a walking ultimate. But actually going to sit and pick that Twitch, which has seen a resurgence recently after the 3-9 nerfs to Draven. Personally, my favorite AD carry. My God, client errors. But going to be paired with that Nami, so an aggressive lane. So we'll have to see how that goes. And Palo Alto now with their next 2 pick going to sit and lock in Caitlyn. So looking to extend the range here, use that range leash that that comes with the 650 auto attack range from Caitlyn. And Shen is also locked in for the top laner, so we're not going to see Ryze. We're not going to see, well, we're not, at least not going to see Ryze and Kennen together. And Kennen actually going to be sat on by Gunn High School along with Renekton. An interesting choice here. Renekton, or we maybe see a Jace. I'm not sure. I'm just going to stop assuming that they're going to pick the things that they're sitting on because I don't feel like getting trolled. But Renekton actually going to be locked in here, maybe, kind of, sort of. I'm actually going to wait. I'm actually going to talk about Kennen, because Kennen was seen last game. It was effective up to about that 30-minute point, and then he was just too squishy. Too squishy at that point. It was just getting burst so fast that Slicing Maelstrom was becoming a non-issue for Palo Alto. And then, so the Renekton is locked in, so really beefy, a more beefy frontliner for Gunn High School here instead of that Kennen Ryze combo. Ryze, incredibly tanky in the late game once he gets to it, but not nearly like as naturally tanky as an Udyr Renekton combination will be. So we'll have to see how that goes. And Orianna going to be possibly the mid laner for Palo Alto. Maybe. Looks like that's going to be locked in. So finally people can stop trolling the casters in Champion Select. But yeah, that's going to be locked in. So as we tick down towards the countdown timer and getting into our game, let's take a look at the compositions. For Palo Alto, who are going to be on the purple/red side and are up 1-0 in this series, we have a top lane Shen, a mid lane Orianna, bot lane Kate Lulu, and a jungle Zac. And on the other side, for Gunn High School, who are currently down 0-1 in the series and are fighting to stay in the High School Star League Summer Tournament, we see a top lane Renekton, a mid lane Kennen, bot lane Twitch and Nami, and a jungle Udyr. So we'll have to see how these comps fill out. So as we get into our time delay right here, just a reminder, I am PaxBritannica. I've been your solo caster all night tonight and will continue to be, probably through most of this night. We've got our game 2 of a best of 3 coming up, and should be, as even and as fun of a game as our first one was. Both these teams showing incredible resilience, especially Palo Alto coming back from a huge deficit early on to win that first game. And now they're, one game away from moving on and one game away from sending Gunn High School home. So we'll have to see, which team really has the desire for this one. And whether Palo Alto is willing to take more risks, knowing that they've got the game to lose now. But so let's take a little walk through these compositions. Shen for Palo Alto, an incredible split pusher, probably the best in the game, just due to Stand United. Gonna build that Sunfire cape against Renekton, who will probably also build one himself. Um, and just puts incredible pressure on the opposing team, forcing someone to go to that lane and stop him from taking your turrets once we get to that mid to late game. And then once a team fight breaks out, just uses Stand United, comes in, throws that giant shield on somebody, and then starts CCing with Shadow Dash taunts and just being an excellent support tank. Zac in the jungle we saw last game, excellent ganker in the early game, transforms pretty well into a solid tank and a great team fight disruptor. Orianna, we saw it last game, a really nice positional play with Command Shockwave, Command Protect, and Command Attack. Caitlyn Lulu is going to be an interesting, that's a really poke-oriented bot lane. So with Glitterlance, Help Picks, and Piltover Peacemaker, and Caitlyn's natural range advantage. So this team doesn't really have the teamfight cohesion that the previous Palo Alto team did with things like Rumble and with Rumble and Nami and things like that. But on the other side, Jungle Udyr is going to be helping out quite a lot. Can be ganking early and often. Twitch Nami going to be a really aggressive bot lane. If anyone gets caught in those Aqua Prisms, they're going to be eating a whole lot of poison and an expunge. Mid lane Kennen we saw last game, pretty effective against Orianna, did pretty well. And then top lane Renekton going to be a bit of a beefcake. He'll, if he snowballs early, he can be great. He can really do fantastic work, deal a lot of damage while also tanking. But if he falls behind, he, in the late game, he ends up being a tank pretty much no matter what. So as we transfer over to the loading screen here, don't be afraid of the darkness, it'll only last for a couple seconds. Hopefully we have both these teams with a better showing on the skin wars, but it doesn't look to be the case. Unlocked getting that Rune Wars Renekton, my favorite Renekton skin, the one I own, but the only skin for his team. And considering that Spirit Guard Udyr came out 2 weeks ago, it's very disappointing to see Silencer 7 using Udyr without that skin. On the other side, Lazarus64 on that support Lulu taking Ignite, which is very interesting, something I failed to mention earlier, and going to be really aggressive, and especially against a Twitch. Usually you see an exhaust, just because of Twitch's natural attack speed coming out of stealth is so high, and he does ends up building so much crit damage, that you really want to exhaust and lower his damage potential. As I was saying, the Wicked Lulu and Resistance Kalen coming out for Palo Alto. Bit of a disappointment there. Only 2 skins, only 3 skins overall, which is an improvement from last game with only 1 skin, but not the greatest showing by both teams. Really going to have to pick it up. Really going to have to go into some tournaments, win some RP, and start throwing down on those better skins. But as we get almost everyone loaded in except for Locked on Zac again, we're waiting around for him. Take this moment to plug the High School Star League, which is the tournament that you're watching right now. I am PaxBritannica, your solo caster for tonight, running you through the games and bringing you all the action. You can follow the High School Star League on Twitch, on Twitter, and you can visit their website at lol.hsstarleague.com, where you can find the bracket for the tournament. And you can find out more information about maybe registering your team for the Fall 2013 tournament that I hear is starting pretty soon once everyone gets back into session. So you may want to look into that if you are looking for fame and glory. So should be getting loaded in here pretty soon if Locked ever decides to get his hamster running on his computer and reaches that 100% threshold right there. So should be loaded in pretty fast. And we did see a minor aggression come out from, I believe, yeah, Gunn was the one that came out aggressive. They forced the flash out of Rumble last game early on, but the invade didn't result in any kills. So we'll have to see whether either side is willing to take a bigger risk with an invade, or maybe go a little further, try and catch someone out here. As we finally get into the game here, as we get set up, and we see an immediate pause, which is unfortunate. As I set up the tab here, it looks like we may have a minor disconnect issue. Someone setting up the runes and masteries a little bit late there, but hopefully we get this pause resolved soon, and we can get into our game. But unfortunately, as both teams are sitting on the summoner platform, there's not a whole lot to talk about. And because we can't see any strategies, we can't see. Whoop, there we go. There's Shen is back, and so that should be the pause coming off. Hopefully soon, maybe soon. I'm not sure. We had the reconnection. But not sure what's going on here. Maybe having a small issue with the client here. Still haven't gotten out of this pause so far. Ooh, this is a bit of a disappointing start for the two teams. I'm not sure, because we had the Shen reconnect, and that seems to have been the issue. But the pause, the game hasn't been resumed. So hopefully these teams are getting it back together. Hopefully we'll see the game resume pretty soon.
A summoner has reconnected.
Oh, there we go. We had a double disconnect. That's unfortunate. And is that going to bring us back into the game? Are we going to have the reconnection solved, and are we going to start up this game? As we seem to be getting the ready signs going. Hopefully we can get this started up pretty soon, because no one likes to watch the pause screen. And there we go. Finally, we get the play resume button activated there. So double disconnect from Shen and Zach. So. And that has also managed to put me 30 seconds behind live, which is unfortunate. Oh. Gotta switch to that.
Welcome to Summoner's
Gotta
Rift.
throw up that fanciness. Forgetting to do that, but there we go. As we get started here, Shen might actually be the victim of a pick right here. As he's standing in this tri-bush, she's actually going to run away as Nami shows up. And yeah, Gunn High School actually going to follow him into the bush. Is the Aqua Prison going to come down? It's actually going to catch Shen out. But do they have the damage to kill him before he flashes away? He uses actually Shadow 10 also to get away. So Flash and forcing Shen to take taunt at level 1. Good start for Gunn High School on that 5-man invade through the top lane. And Looks like they're gonna hang out around the red buff. Last time they just threw down a ward and left. And they have thrown down a ward in this bush. But they seem to be hanging around this time. They want to maybe get a catch onto someone walking through this bush right here. But they... Ooh, Ori gets really close. And they get this... wow, I can't even use the name of that ability before Orianna dies. But Orianna's dead there. Kill goes on to Twitch. Everyone but Nami getting an assist there. So, a better start for Gunn. Better start for Gunn High School than they did last time. Actually picking up the kill this time, and they are going to steal away this red buff, forcing Zac to start his blue. It isn't the worst thing for Zac. Interestingly though, that Udyr uses his smite to take away that red buff, which Zac did not use his on the blue, which means he may run straight to the red buff and try and pick it up. And it looks like he's going to do that right there, but he is going to meet a mermaid person in Nami in the jungle here, so it's going to be a little interesting. Nami sees him right here. The octopus is going to get thrown down, traps Zac. Lulu actually just going to drop the glitter lance and the ignite. Does there enough damage there? Stretchy strike with the flash is going to come across the wall, but it's not quite enough. Is there a Piltover Peacemaker in the works? Nope. So flash blown by Zac and ignite by Lulu for no kill there. For flash from Nami. Lulu actually getting dropped pretty low by the expunge from Twitch there, so a little bit of craziness going on across the map. But Renekton and Shen settling into this top lane for what should be a very aggressive, if not resulting in kills fight, as both are very beefy, build a lot of armor, and have the life steal or the health regen in Shen's case to stay in lane and have the great sustain. So in the bot lane we see Nami and Twitch going against Caitlyn and Lulu, and Caitlyn gonna be really looking to abuse the excessive range that she has compared to Twitch and really keep that range leash on top of him so he can't, you know, trade excessively well. Udyr picking up double buffs, heading towards the top lane, gonna meet a level 3 goo monster here, and Elastic Slingshot is gonna get him out of harm's way. Maybe Bear Stance is activated. Udyr wants this. He's gonna pop Ghost. He's gonna run in on this. He's gonna get taunted in by Zac. He's gonna pop Turtle Mode. Turtle Stance. Is it gonna be enough? Yeah, the ignite isn't gonna kill him just yet. And Renekton takes that last turret hit. And he says, you know, hang on, dude. I'm gonna save you from making a terrible play and throwing away our lead. But he is gonna get taunted into the turret, but only one turret shot there. Not quite enough damage to kill him. So a little bit of aggression coming out there. Ghost popped by Udyr, and for no avail. Shen, you know, with both the summoners down, but we see aggression coming in. Taunt down by Shen to keep him away. Shadow Dash to keep him safe from the very aggressive Crocodile in the top lane. Twitch, you know, throwing down those consistent expunges onto Lulu. Not onto Caitlyn, but on the Lulu. Actually, a nice Aqua Prison goes down right here. And gets a little bit of damage into Caitlyn. Actually, not a lot. But Nami actually suffering for that. Taking a Piltover Peacemaker to the face. And has to go back for the second time pretty early. And can't even build that Philosopher's Stone, which we all know is the secret to immortality, but that's neither here nor there. Renekton gonna go back here pretty early. Looks like he's gonna pick up finally he's gonna pick up another ward, and my bet would be Boots. No, he's actually not gonna go back. He's actually gonna stay in lane and just hang out with the ninja who isn't a ninja. But in the meantime, Udyr shows up in this bot lane and actually manages to take down Lulu, even though the kill is going to go over to Twitch through that expunge. He actually shows up really sneakily there. I didn't even notice him coming through the bush. And in the top lane, we see more aggression as the ignite is popped down onto Shen. He's going to walk away from that, keep himself about 200 health, to keep himself pretty healthy. Though not quite as healthy as Surgeon Shen might be. But 2 kill advantage for Gunn High School early on here. And about 1,000 gold advantage. And Zach actually going to try and counter this aggression both his own, but he's not actually going to manage to hit the pop-up through that elastic slingshot. And Twitch is actually going to walk away from that unscathed. So we'll have to see with the 2 early kills on Twitch, what's he going to do? He's sitting on about 1,800 gold, and he's looking to go back right now. So I'd expect a BF sword and maybe some boots. But he already has boots, so he's going to pick up the BF sword and potions. He's going to pick up potions and wards. Going to be a good AD carry and help out the ward burden with his support. And that's the best way to get on support's good side, is just grab a ward here and there, help them out, make sure, you know, make it so they don't have to spend all of their money on wards. Because a pissed off support is probably the fastest way to lose a game. But Cannon actually coming through the tri-bush here, looking to get an aggressive start, and he's gonna flash. He's gonna throw down the slicing maelstrom, gonna get the stun on Caitlyn. I don't think he has the damage though to kill her, but the ignite might do it. Barriers popped, and the ignite. Oh, and Twitch actually managed to show up just in time to pick up his 3rd kill of the game. Killstealer Supreme is gonna, you know, pick up yet another kill. Balfi looking really sharp, 3-0, having every kill in the game. And looks like they're going to try and transfer this into a Baron, though Nami getting absolutely shredded by the dragon here. And might actually die from this. Actually is going to die. A little bit of an oopsie daisy there, Lulu, but not that big of a deal. Lulu picking up the kill. Bit of miscommunication there. Nami tanking the dragon for far too long. And looks like this blue buff is going to be transferred over to Orianna. And that is the case as Renekton just gets really aggressive on Shen and is consistently pushing this wave just to the outside range of his turret. And Renekton choosing not to go for damage early, instead of picking up a giant spell. Interesting choice. Shen picking up that Doran shield. So we'll have to see how that affects the team fight mechanics, as Twitch is sitting here in this lane and actually successfully 2v1ing Caitlyn and Lulu. With his, and he doesn't actually have more damage than Caitlyn right now. Caitlyn actually sitting at, let me see here, 138 AD, Twitch sitting at, not 60, but 134. And the difference being that Doran's Blade start for Caitlyn, as opposed to Boots. And we're going to catch out Zach here, so he's not going to do anything. He's going to decide, I actually want to go take my red buff and get level 6. But again, we see, another trade going down here. Ace in the Hole comes out, drops Twitch pretty low, drops him to about 300 health, but not enough, nearly enough to kill him. But both top laners here have their ultimates, and actually, whoa, what was that? That was a weird glitch. But Zach gets caught out in his jungle, flashes the wall to the red buff, and manages to run away from that. Oop, yep, saw that. I totally didn't mean to do that. Slight oversight, but yeah, Zach running away from that, popping his flash, making sure he doesn't die, which is, the ultimate goal of not dying in your jungle. That's beneficial. And another Aqua Piston comes down, catches out the Caitlyn, but no response, no damage following it. And Udyr now looking like he wants to get in on this ninja and do some damage. But Shen is just pushed so far back in his lane and there's nothing he can do about it. And the interesting thing to note right here is, though Twitch has the 3 kills and is really, has a lot of extra gold early on, is down almost over 20 CS to Caitlyn. And I think the going rate is about 17 CS is about your average kill, save shutdown gold. So we'll have to see how it goes with Caitlyn just continuing to farm harder than Twitch if the kill gold ends up being really that important. Another really nice Aqua Prison goes down and drops Caitlyn to about a little bit above half with the expunge damage. Udyr showing up in this top lane, you know, has Tiger Stance ready, wondering if he's going to drop Bear Stance. He gets close, drops the damage. No Bear Stance. Actually just, you know, gets the Shadow Dash out from, has the, you know, forces out the Shadow Dash from Shen, but no kill there. And Zach is actually going to show up in the top lane, but Ken is going to go in on Orianna there. The Command Shockwave actually managed to do quite a bit of damage to him. The Ignite goes down on both of them. Orianna trying to kill him, but not quite enough damage there, and Ken's going to run away with Lightning Rush. So Orianna actually getting the better of that trade, actually trying to kill him, throwing down the ball there. And nothing doing there. Now we see Tidal Wave coming down on Lulu, barely catches her on the back end. No, the 4 stacks of poison wasn't enough to take her down, along with but it didn't look like Expunge was used. So interesting. The Udyr shows up in this mid lane to try and prevent Orianna from killing his tower in the first 12 minutes of the game. And interestingly though, we haven't seen either jungler really make a committed effort towards any one lane, but here we go, as Caitlyn is going to get hit by 5 stacks of poison here. Spray and Pray is on, and Twitch actually starting to focus Lulu. Uses the Expunge. Don't think it's going to be enough to kill Lulu, but Udyr is coming in on the backside of this and says, I want me some Yordle. But actually he's going to change his focus onto Caitlyn. Stand United's going to come in, save Caitlyn's life. Caitlyn's going to stay in this, try and start doing the damage back onto Udyr. Ace in the Hole comes out, actually manages to connect with Twitch, but doesn't kill him. Not quite enough damage there. So a bit of a crazy play. A bunch of ultimates getting popped there, but no kills. These action-packed games are starting to kill my voice. But now with Shen teleporting through Stand United towards the bottom lane, Zach shows up in the top to stop the tower from being taken by Renekton. And you know, everyone's going back to the normal farm lanes, but it looks like Udyr is going to come in onto Orianna, uses that bear form, tries to get close, but command distance is enough of a speed differential to keep Orianna alive, and no stun for the big old bear today. And about 1,000 gold advantage for Gunn High School here, and Renekton, now that Zach has left, is actually wailing on this tower, but Zach suddenly shows back up with the Elastic Slingshot, but Renekton says, no thanks, I don't think I want to be knocked up today, and backs off the turret as Shen shows back up with all the pieces of a Sunfire cape. Another Aqua Prison gets dodged out there by Caitlyn, and Expunge is thrown down, dropping quite a bit of damage onto Caitlyn. And the top laners are actually just, you know, saying, you know, let's have at it. Let's see who does more damage right now. And the answer, even with a minion wave is going against him, is Shen. And here we go. Tidal Wave dropped out. You know, not actually picking up Caitlyn, and the 5 stacks of poison dropped onto her. No, but no Expunge follow up, so no kill there. And not even enough damage to convince Caitlyn to leave. And really aggressive from Galen, but Nami's actually the first one to leave that lane. And Zach shows up in the mid lane, pushes Kennen back a bit, but no real presence. And the mid lane and the bot lane really going heavily in favor of Palo Alto High School. You know, 30 CS advantage in the mid lane and 50 CS in the bot lane, so that's gonna be a big difference coming soon. In the top lane, it's an advantage towards Gunn High School. You know, Renekton up 30 as well. So we'll have to see how this plays out as Udyr starts traveling up towards the mid lane, grabbing his wraiths. But now it's Twitch facing a 2v1 situation while he waits for Nami to show back up. Has the majority of the pieces of that Infinity Edge, and has the Pearl Berserker Greaves. Same for Caitlyn, but also has a Doran's Blade. Ace in the Hole comes out, is going to drop, you know, about a couple hundred damage onto Twitch, convince him to back off a little bit. And Renekton going to continue this top lane duel with Shen, but to no avail. Udyr is going to show up in this mid lane and do nothing of it. But in the meantime, wow, really quick gank is going to take out Nami. And looks like they're going to transfer this into a 3v1 as Zach is going to show up and finally push down the first objective of the game. I mean, there hasn't even been a dragon taken at this point. I don't think there's been a dragon taken at this point. There may have been. It may slip my mind, but it looks like they are going to take a dragon at this point because the same three who just took that tower are going to switch over and start taking down this dragon with no real response from Gunn High School at this point. They are going to very quickly burn it down, and Caitlyn now sitting on 1,300 gold, probably going to finish that Infinity Edge or get very close. Renekton actually holds Shen in place long enough, pops Dominus, and in comes the scary Udyr Bear, and they're looking for the stun. They get the stun. I don't think they have enough damage to kill Shen though. He's diving under his tower. Oh, they may have enough. There's the Ignite, and it's going to take him down. And Silencer 7 on Udyr is actually the one to take that kill. In the meantime, with Kennen actually backing, Orianna manages to take the mid-outer turret, I should say, and now in a response, Renekton and Udyr managed to take down the top outer turret of Palo Alto. So 2 turrets to 1 so far, 4 kills to 2 in favor of Gunn High School. And but Palo Alto with that turret lead and the only dragon of the game so far has about a 700 gold lead. So we see all lanes kind of returning back to where they were previously, except for Nami, who's actually in this mid lane with Kennen. Looked like they were trying to push down that mid lane, but actually looks like they're going to swing towards the bottom. Kennen actually being seen by a ward there, so a bunch of pinks going down onto the Lulu and Caitlyn. Lulu actually may be caught out right here. Here we go. Actually gets caught by the 3 of them. Gets hit, but no stun so far. Flashes out. There's the stun. There's the lightning shuriken. Wild Growth is popped. And oh, the bubble, the Aqua Prison barely catches her. A tremendous command shockwave manages to keep Lulu alive for another couple seconds, but Slicing Maelstrom actually ends her life pretty quickly. And Renekton and Shen dueling it out, Sunfire Cape versus Sunfire Cape, and Shen really winning this duel right now. And even though he's being hit by an entire wave of minions, so really making it the point. Here comes Ace in the Hole, gonna drop Nami to about 300 health. And Zach's gonna join the party. He says, I want some kills too, but Gunn High School is gonna back off pretty fast here and decide that they really don't want an engagement unless it's under a tower. And Udyr starts threatening, pops bear form, runs at him, gets, you know, hit in the face with the stretchy strike, and decides I don't want any more of that, and backs off pretty quickly. Shen, in the meantime, has been allowed to, you know, just kind of sit in this top lane and farm, which is what he wants. He's actually losing in CS to Renekton, which is actually interesting. Renekton gets a little aggressive, throws that Call the Meek down. And now without a tower, Shen's in a bit of trouble here as Bear Stamps is popped on Udyr, who's gonna get the stun right here. Shadow Dance should be available for him pretty soon. Pops that Feint, gets the little extra shield, pops the flash, and another Call the Meek. Dominus is popped, gets that shit. Here comes Orianna, and another great shockwave, but not a lot of damage behind it, yet at least. But Shen actually makes it out alive to his own turret. But here comes Zach trying to make this a 3v2. Shows up a little short, but flashes, gets the let's bounce, and now it's a 2v2 situation. I'm not sure who actually has the advantage, but it looks like they're trying to focus down Udyr. Udyr's actually going to run away. And now Zach pops right back in. They're actually going to take down Udyr. And now it's Shen actually getting a little bit outmatched by Renekton, who has more health. And now, even with this 2v1, I don't think they're actually willing to deal with Renekton. But now the Vorpal Blade gets popped out, thrown out there, and ooh, in the bot lane, Nami goes down yet again. And oh, they pop right back to see the end of that duel as Zach manages to take down Renekton. So a 2-for-0 in the top lane, but they managed, and they 2-for-0 and 3-for-0 overall as 3 different members of Gunn High School are taken out. Kennen shows up rather late into the bot lane, just as the bottom inner turret dies, and Orianna's been left alone in this mid lane. It takes about a quarter of the mid inner turret down. So despite those early 3 kills onto Gunn High School, Palo Alto again showing their resilience, coming back, building on a pretty decent 3,000 gold lead, and you know, starting to take turrets all over the map and really exert a pretty big global pressure. So, as things calm down just a little bit, and I get a chance to drink some water, we can take a look at the builds. Both top laners building that Sunfire Cape, which is to be expected. Shen actually also taking a Negatron Cloak early, which is an interesting choice. Maybe a Visage for him, along with Ninja Tabai. Renekton choosing to build those Merc Treads, though not finished yet, along with a Brutalizer, so a little more damage oriented for him. Both junglers have the Spirit of the Ancient Golem. Zac actually with 3 kills already. Really bloodthirsty jungler. For a passive jungler, which is interesting. Or a tanky jungler, I should say. Already has that HSL Division. Looks like he's also going to build Merc Treads. And looks like Gunn High School is actually preparing for the next dragon. They established vision controlled. All 4 of the 5 members are already there. Though them staying around in this bot lane for too long and Renekton not going to the top lane may allow Shen to take a free turret and then teleport into the fight. So this may not be the best choice for them. We'll have to see how it goes. Caitlyn actually pushing really far down this lane. May have to run away very fast. And as that ward does, she's actually gonna dive right into the tidal wave, get knocked up and slowed. And here comes Twitch. She's gonna throw down the poison blast right there and get right on top of her. And ooh, another 90 caliber net, but a great oh wow, another great Aqua Prism held her in place long enough, and oh, the last tick of the poison is good enough to kill Caitlyn, and that's gonna almost certainly mean an easy dragon for Gunn High School. And as I say that, Kennen gets taken out immediately by Shen, and or actually Orianna, but I don't know how that happened, who also takes out Nami. So this is turning around really poorly for Gunn High School. Now it's Udyr who's on the back foot. Actually, he manages to stay alive. No, he doesn't. And Shen, in the meantime, actually manages to chase down Twitch. And that's a 5-4-0 ace without an AD carry for Palo Alto High School. That is a nuts affair. I am not even sure how that happened, but Kennen just got insta-gibbed at the beginning of that fight. Twitch didn't manage to do that much damage, and Nami, died before, woo. Tidal wave was already down, but just dying that fast. But even without Caitlyn, oh, excellent. Even without Caitlyn, winning that 4v5, really good sign for Palo Alto High School. And I'm getting startled by thunder, which is excellent. So 10-7 in overall kills. A 6,000 gold advantage now for Palo Alto, and picking up that dragon, really helping them out. And once again, Shen starts pushing towards this top lane. But this time Renekton's going to be there to meet him. So as we look at the CS, just Renekton winning that top lane by about 30. But the jungler difference is 20 in favor of Palo Alto. The mid laner is 40 in favor of Palo Alto. And the AD carries is almost 100 in favor of Palo Alto. And while Caitlyn is 0-2-2 and may be dying right here, and is going to die right here to Twitch, to that spray and pray ending sponge, 6-1-1 Twitch with 135 CS is pretty much equivalent to an 0-3-2 Caitlyn with 219 CS. And another Oriole is catching out, oh, it's not going to be enough. Another Oriole catches out Kennen there. No, it is! The Ignite ticks down just long enough to catch out Kennen. And, wow, a really aggressive play for Orianna under the turret, taking out Kennen. And Udyr can't even do anything as Zac and Lulu show up to back her up. But yeah, if Caitlyn could manage to stop dying in these 1v1 duels to Twitch, and be present in team fights, Palo Alto I think would just be like stomping even harder than they are in these team fights right now. Which is not to say that this game is entirely one-sided, it's that they've just won the last couple of team fights through better play. Ooh, boy. But Renekton trying to duel Shen once again, and really is finding that he can't do it. for all his damage and for all his tankiness. But it looks like Zach's going to come into play right here. He's actually going to dive in, and really nice reaction from Renekton is going to keep him from getting knocked up by the elastic slingshot. But here he comes. Here's the slicing maelstrom is actually going to get jumped away from by both Zach and Shen, and that's going to amount to nothing. And in the meantime, because 3 members of the team went top to try and kill a couple different people, Caitlyn and Orianna were able to take down that mid inner turret and push into the inhibitor turret and take down half of its health. So a bit of a miscall there by Gunn High School, who gave up a big global objective for free there. So now the gold differential spreading out to about 8,000 in favor of Palo Alto. 5-1 in turrets, 11-8 to kills. You know, I think we're getting to that point where Orianna getting caught out here. He's gonna get stunned up by Bearthorn. Oh, but here comes Max. It's been a really nice bait as the command shockwave comes in. That's gonna kill Twitch, and Shen teleports into the fight with Stand United, and there goes Kenneth, who's actually going to use his Zhonya's to keep himself alive for a couple more seconds. And oh, is he actually going to run away from this fight? Are they actually not going to do enough? No, Lulu's going to flash and take him out with Little Lance. That bloodthirsty support that Doa always likes to see. But they're going to transfer this a 2-0 kill advantage for them. They're probably going to just start pushing down this mid wave and trying to take this inhibitor turret. Here we go. The elastic slingshot's going to show up right behind. They knocks up Udyr, and he's going to get in onto Renekton, but that's not actually the goal there. They're going to take this inhibitor pretty much uncontested, and they may be able to transfer this into more towers or a dragon. I mean, not a dragon, but a Baron here, but we'll have to see what they do. They're swinging towards the top lane, but it looks like their objective is that inner turret. Zach using elastic slingshot to disrupt the wave, while Caitlyn actually backs and runs all the way down the mid lane, so I'm not sure what that was. That is gonna be it for that tower, but we need to see an extended team fight here as Udyr comes in, gets taunted out by Shen. Let's Bounce comes in again. Another tremendous shockwave from Orianna, picks up 3 people, and Caitlyn shows up back. Zach's passive gets popped, but I don't think they're actually gonna kill him. Kenneth's trying to run away from the crit damage that Caitlyn's throwing out. Shen is in the middle of this entire team throwing down Sunfire damage, manages to instantly pick up a double kill on Kenneth and Udyr. Caitlyn's going to pick up Renekton in the meantime. This is going to be a 5-0. This is probably going to be the end of the game. As Palo Alto throws down the kills, throws down a 5-0 ace, and that is going to be a surrender vote. A 29-minute victory for Palo Alto, and a 2-0 in the best of 3 series. And that is that for that game. A couple of incredible team fights from Palo Alto is going to secure them the win and keep them going in this tournament. Wow, okay, I'm going to have to catch my breath from that last team fight. But if we want to point to one real thing, the Twitch farm. The Twitch farm versus the Caitlyn farm. Twitch just, you know, even though he had a bunch of early kills and was like 6-1-1 at one point, he was not farming hard enough to really, you know, extend that gold advantage he had. And Caitlyn was instantly able to just farm right back up and draw even with him, which is shown in their builds, because they have the exact same builds, even though Twitch has 6 kills and Caitlyn has 2. But that 70 or 80 CS difference was so massive. Shen having that great global pressure on all the Stand Uniteds were clutch, except for the one that didn't manage to save Caitlyn. But you know, just doing tons of damage, standing in the middle of the team, getting a bunch of great taunts off. But really, if I want to pick out one MVP, it's OHD Kenny for the ridiculous Orianna ults in the last couple of fights, just always getting like 3 or more members, and just because of the amount of damage he had was just crushing their health bars so quickly. But a good game from both sides, are really competitive. Both games were really competitive. But Palo Alto's going to be moving on in the bracket, while looks like the run is over for Gunn High School, which is unfortunate. They showed up to play. Um, so I think that is it for us tonight. I'm going to throw in some music for a couple minutes as an outro and just make sure that we don't have anything else going on tonight.